Hello, welcome everyone to JLABTV. I'm JLAB and this is Football Manager 2021, the Youth Academy Challenge save with Siena. If you like this kind of video, be sure to like and share this video and to subscribe to the channel, it really does help me out a lot. So, we've been busy with a few games, we've finished the transfer window, we're now in October, we played about 5 matches and the board are satisfied with our performances in Serie A, which tells you the story that they are satisfied that the team have tried their best in the Serie A season so far. We've also got permission to not only improve the youth facilities, but also improve the training facilities. We've got all this money sitting around, we might as well use it to improve our facilities. The junior coaching and youth recruitment have been improved already. I will try and get those improved again because honestly, at this point, with all the money we're going to get, we might as well just use all of it to improve everything so we can get better players coming from our intakes, better players coming as a whole, more chances of players improving without having to be in the top divisions as well, so get state-of-the-art facilities and the best recruitment and youth systems in place. We've also had a few games since we last met, and we've also let a few players go. So Marco Mara has gone out on loan to Compoto Sigo, and he is going to get a bit of game time. He's already been out on loan last year, he's already played 7 times and only conceded 6 this year, so the fact he's got 2 clean sheets is very promising indeed for us, and the fact that we can get this young talent game time so he can improve is very, very promising. If you look at the fact that we've also got 2 goalkeepers ahead of him in Tortilli and Basilica, it's going to be difficult to really justify giving him some game time here at the club when we've got 2 very good goalkeepers who are probably going to be ahead of him in the pecking order right now, which, again, a bit concerning. We've also managed to use our link with Siena to loan out Gabriel Antonucci for the first time. He's going out in Slovenia. He's already got 2 goals in 6 appearances. I can't really see the stats since, well, it's not the best league and we don't have the league loaded, but the fact he's already got 2 goals in 6 appearances is very promising indeed. It's his second loan spell, but this time I'm hoping to get some experience, to get some knowledge of Slovenia. We've already got the knowledge of the country from the club itself, but I'm hoping to get more from an actual first person perspective in Gabriel, so there you go. They've got an interesting formation. They lost to the young boys in the Europa League, I believe it was. So let's check this, actually. Yeah, Europa Conference League, they lost to that young boys in that. So they're not the best team in Slovenia. But they have finished 2nd and 3rd in recent times. So they've been in the top flight, finishing 2nd place in 2023 and 3rd place in 2030. They've also won a few competitions. I think this is their top cup. So the fact they've won this is also showing they're not a small team in Slovenia. It also shows that maybe with someone like Maribor in their way, they might struggle for a bit. But actually, looking at Maribor, I'm thinking now maybe this could be a good team to do a Build a Nation challenge with on YouTube in the future. If I'm not doing my Ludogorets Build a Nations challenge on Twitch, which I should hopefully be live with some point today, if all things go well. But the last person we let go out on loan is Federico Porcino. He's on loan at Fogoi Karatase. I'm just going to say Fogoi because it's easier. I don't want to say the last part of their name. But he's out on loan in the 3rd tier of Italian football. It's his first loan spell. He's already got a goal and 4 appearances so far. He's going to make more appearances this year than he did last year. And we mostly use him as a bench player. So yeah, most of his career has been coming up from the bench for us. So he's not really enjoyed himself as much at the club as he would like, but he's going to get some experience out on loan in the 3rd tier again. It's a tier he hasn't been to in a couple of years, but if it helps him grow, it helps him grow. I'm also not really expecting him to become much better than a Liga Pro player, so maybe we'll let him go at the end of the season. I haven't decided yet. Well, not at the end of the season, he's got 2 years left in his contract, so maybe we put him out on a transfer list. Speaking of transfers, Andrea Talia is going to be leaving us at the end of January, or the beginning of January, to go to Union Veltre. I've never really heard of this team before, and I'm going to be honest, they are a new team for me, but yeah, they've been in the 3rd tier for the last 2 seasons. They've been in relegation playoffs both times. But the manager's been around. He's not had the best percentage of wins. I mean, he's only won 20% of his games, and they are currently in the bottom 2 again, with just 2 points in 7 matches. So Talia is going to have a very difficult team to go to. But they were actually only founded in 2016, so that could be an interesting challenge in itself if they were to be promoted. And they were not available at the beginning of the save, so maybe that could be a team we could do something with in the future. Who knows? But still, what about the matches? So first game we had was away from Hergus Juno, a game we lost 7-0 2 years ago at their ground, but we actually took the lead inside 7 minutes, but eventually lost by 2-1, Brazzoni with the opening goal. And unfortunately for us, the way we considered this goal was just very annoying. We just lose the ball in midfield, and Granny goes and scores a solo goal after getting the ball back from our defender. And then we conceded in the 88th minute of the game. I thought we were doing well defensively. We were trying to keep our shape and such, but we then concede this goal in the 88th minute of the game, and we lose 2-1. A game that I felt we should have at least done something, but apparently we weren't very good. So apparently I should not be too upset with the fact we lost this game. But the fact we gave a good account of ourselves and we pushed them, I say pushed them, we had 9 shots to their 17. But the fact that we did as well as we did, by taking the lead so early on, was a good sign. The only concern I have now is the fact that we just didn't seem to keep our heads and that we couldn't concentrate the entire time and, well, you know, get a draw from this. A draw would have been very, very good for us in this situation, but we didn't get it. So back to drawing board for this one. We then hosted Lazio, and we took the lead twice in this game. Fofana finds Brazzoni, who scores the opening goal inside 7 minutes. Again, 7 minutes in, we take the lead against Brazzoni. But Lazio actually equalised. It took longer this time for us to concede this goal, and we weren't exactly giving the ball away either. They're just really well worked. It's a really well worked goal, honestly. And surprisingly, we do actually take the lead again from this effort. Conte finds Bondi. Bondi finds Oliver, who is able to get in, and that's a very good finish, very powerful finish. I was honestly thinking, should I go very defensive and hope for the best? And I kind of regret not doing that now, because 42 minutes in, they get an equaliser again, and it's from the second half, we don't really cope. 2 minutes into the second half, we concede, take a 3-2. Cavalan with the finish, and then another free kick in the 75th minute of the game. This time a shorter one, but just well worked into the box. And Laosia with the finish 4-2. Lazio were probably the better team in this game, but I still feel that we should have at least done more. I was thinking, wow, we did ourselves justice by getting ahead twice. Their keeper had a bad game, but then again, so did ours. We were definitely a lot better than I was expecting to be against the Lazio of all teams, but I'm still annoyed that we didn't at least get a point, just because of the fact we took the lead twice, but they came back twice, and then just once they took the lead, we didn't come back and have an answer for them. But 2-2 half-time, it made me think we can do something at least. We've got a decent side, and the players know how to score, so at least something's there, right? We then went to Inter Milan, who are one of the biggest teams in the country, one of the toughest teams in the country, and we took the lead inside 7 minutes against them after Fugaza scores his second of the season with that effort, and I'm thinking, wow, we've actually got a chance here. They equalise inside the 12th minute of the game. I actually did go defensive, I'll be honest. I actually went very defensive early on to try and hold on, and we didn't. And then we could see the penalty in the 75th minute of the game, and then just 3 minutes later, we could see the third. So my dreams of getting a point against Inter Milan died a very painful death. Trincao with the finish there, or Trincao with the finish there. So yeah, it was a bit of a bittersweet game. I felt we could have got more. We didn't get more, and we lost to one of the best teams in the country, who are one of the teams who I'd expect to be changing for the title this year, to be honest with you, and that is not a surprise. But we look at the teams we've had, they've been some pretty difficult teams. Lazio, Inter, two difficult teams. Had Genoa and Parma involved that too. Our next opponent was probably the biggest game of the season for us, in more ways than one. Our next opponent was Fiorentina, our biggest rivals, and we went behind inside 29 minutes, and I decided, you know what? This tactic, this game, we're just going to go all out attack. Do what we did that got us promoted in the first place. And we equalised in the 54th minute of the game. Oliver was his first of the game and his third of the season. And I'm thinking, we might be able to do something here. Fiorentina get a goal inside the 70th minute of the game. Carly with that finish, it's a very good goal. However, we come back and win this game 3-2. Oliver with the penalty to make it 2-2, his fourth of the season. And then we get a corner. Lenzi finds Bondi. He finds Lenzi. And Bondi gets it back, and Bondi finds the top corner to give us the lead for the first time in this game, and we win our first ever Serie A game against perhaps the club's biggest rivals. I don't know what it was about this game that we did it, but the fact we came from behind twice and then went on to win 3-2, we did the reverse of what we did to Lazio, and it was bloody glorious. It was absolutely glorious because we were not at the races half this game, and we just came alive in the second half. We really did. They were the much better team in the first half, but in the second half, we just came back and did something productive. They had the better players, they had the better team as well, but we just took our chances. They didn't, surprisingly, and I was a bit shocked when I realised that was the case. But there you go. No shots off target, 3 shots blocked, 9 shots on target. We went back to the tactic that literally got us promoted to the 2nd tier and was doing us justice in the first 2 seasons in Serie B before we tinkered to the F9 formation, false 9 formation, and I realised maybe we just need to go and attack. We may need to just go ahead and attack the teams just to get something out of this. Also, I've been playing Basilica in this last couple of games, and I'm going to be honest, he's not terrible. Is he brilliant? No, but he's got a lot of potential. He's 21, and Tortilli apparently is not the best. He has potential to be a decent Serie R player, but he's 25 now, and I think Basilica might be the player we need to go for. Resolute versus Driven. Resolute versus Driven. Who do I go for in this situation? We had an offer for Tortilli in the summer. I turned it down. And we conceded 5 goals with Basilica, but we've also conceded 9 goals and 3 with Tortilli. So pick your poison, I suppose. Either way, though, what does this mean for us in the Serie A table right now? So we're looking at the table now, and I realize that every single team I've faced off against so far are in the top half of the table at the moment. Inter Milan, 5 wins out of 5. Lazio, 5th place with 10 points. Genoa, 6th place with 10 points. Fiorentina, 7th place with 9 points. Parma, 9th place with 8 points. We have a game against Frosinone, a team we've actually beaten in the past, I believe. And apparently we have a good record against this team, which I don't know if that is the case. I'm going to be honest. We beat them once, and then they beat us once. So we can beat them. We beat them 4-1, they beat us 4-3. So we have a decent record against them. But their manager, apparently we have a good record against. Oh, that explains a few things. He was the Juve Stabio manager, and we beat them 3 times. That explains a few things why apparently I have a good record against this manager. Okay, yeah. I've beaten this guy 4 times out of 4. This is going to be interesting. But we've got Frosinone next, and this is a game that I am going to be honest, I was not expecting to be a big deal, but I remember then I looked at this, and Frosinone are actually one of our fierce rivals. So yes, they are one of our 4 fierce rivals in the division. Fiorentina being one of them, the main one. Roma also up there as well as Frosinone. And Spal are also in this list. So there you go. Historically, one of our biggest rivals. Still though, we're going to go back to the tactic that literally got us to the last victory. This is the tactic we're going with. It's a familiar one, but I literally don't care. And it's, well, we tried with this tactic for 4 or so times. It didn't, no, it's not that one. We tried to go to the other one that really got us to the table that I thought could get us goals. It didn't work. We're losing. I mean, they were against some big teams, but we still managed to beat Fiorentina, who I feel are also a big team. So, again, take that as you will. The team just performed in the last game, and we know how we can do, and we know we can score and do potentially really well. So, let's see how we do against Frosinone at their ground. A team we beat 4-1 at their ground before now. And as a manager, we've been 4 times out of 4. Let's see how we do against one of the less difficult teams in the division. That sounds harsh, but it's technically the truth. Let's just see how we do. I hope we can win. Whether or not we can win really depends on the team's performance today. I also forgot to mention that this is also my 500th game in charge of the team, so big deal about this, isn't it? That we get to face one of our fierce rivals in my 500th game in charge, but there you go. Yay! We got a corner, and DBS is going to take it, and here's Bondi now. We know he can do something. Here's Barbini, goes for goal. Oh, he's hit the post. Bondi plays it across again. Oliver finds Barbini, and it's over the bar. That is a good sign already. Got a throw. We've had 5 chances already, which is promising to say the least, that we can literally go ahead and attack this team. And it doesn't feel like we're a terrible team by that stretch of imagination. And they've got a chance, and Maggie scores. So 24 minutes in, Frosinone have got the opening goal of the game. A bit disappointing to say the least, but okay. It just shows that maybe we need to be more cautious, but it also was a good cross, so players left unmarked. No one picked him up, and no one picked up the man at the back post. So there you go. 1-0. We got a free kick early on. 46 minutes in the game. Oliver finds Bondi's outside. And he's going to cut it into Conte. Oh, what a finish from Christian Conte. Love him to pieces. Bondi, he's already got 5 assists this year, but that's just incredible. What a goal from Christian Conte. We know we can score. We've only failed to score in 1 game this season. I think it's 1 game this season, but we definitely know we can score, which is very, very good. And this is just another example of that. That is a very good finish. Such a good goal. We got a throw. DiBiase takes it. And it's been cleared away. But Conte on the ball. Here's DiBiase. Can play it across to Conte has done. Here's DiBiase. What can he do from this? Plays it across. Been blocked, but we get the ball still anyway. Here's DiBiase once more. Conte. DiBiase once more. Plays it across. Bondi! Oh, he's pretty wide. So close. So close. We've been the bad team. This is unusual. We can say, oh god, Lenzy's injured. That is not good. That is bad. Okay, so we drew in our 500th game in charge. We drew against Frosinone, and to be honest with you, I think we deserved a win here. We were the better team by some distance. Yes, the goal we scored was spectacular to say the least, and Lenzy actually got injured, so we couldn't really capitalize afterwards. But honestly, that would have been a very good victory. I feel like we deserved at least a point from this. So the fact we got a point is very promising indeed. And 4 points in the last 2 matches. Very good for us. It means we're now out of the relegation zone for now. But whether or not that means we can keep going, I don't know. The only thing we have to worry about is the fact that we have not got a clean sheet yet. This was our best chance to get a clean sheet. We didn't take it. But all things considered, the fact we have gone ahead and we're now out of the relegation zone for now is a good sign. We only want 40 points anyway at the end of the season. And a team like Frosinone, our team, we should be at least getting points against. Hellas Verona, Subturel, Sampdoria, I have to say now. Spa, we should be beating those teams now. I say Sassuolo, Cagliari, our teams we should be beating as well as Bari. Parma, maybe we should be beating them. I don't know. But there's some teams we should be beating. It's just a matter of making sure we do better and better. And the team's getting better as well. So they are all improving. And we are definitely improving as a whole. And he's out for 2 to 3 weeks. It's a bit annoying, but that's fine. We're looking at this season preview. We're actually 1,000 to 1 on to win the title. We're now 800 to 1 on. So we're definitely getting better in the bookies' eyes. But I say everyone in the bottom 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 teams we should be at least getting points against. I'd even say we should be getting points against Parma, Sassuolo, Sampdoria, and Cagliari. Yes, Cagliari are also a top half team, but I think we should be getting points against every team that is within 50 to 1 odds on, and not just limiting ourselves to the 100 to 1 odds. I mean, we also got points with Fiorentina who are 33 to 1 odds, so maybe even everyone in the bottom 12 we should be looking to get points against at least, just because we know we can do it. And for me, that's important now. Looking at this, though, season preview is still very much rock bottom. The 2 best players of our team are the worst 2, apparently, as well, so it doesn't help our case. Frosinone are actually one of the worst teams in the league, apparently, so that you could say is a bit of a missed opportunity to get 2 extra points. But we still got our first away points in the season, and that for me is very, very important. Whether or not we'll keep going, I don't know. But what we do know is we're going to end this here. I hope you guys have actually enjoyed yourselves. Hope you guys like and share this video. And that you subscribe to my channel. It really does help me out a lot. Let me know what you think we can improve and how we can improve it. Think about that. That's actually the first time we've considered only 1 goal in a game. That's bleak, isn't it? Either way, though, take care of yourselves. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.